Hey guys, what's going on? It's Raeden here. Welcome back to another episode of War Recaps for Predominance Raids. So here we go, guys. I want to go ahead and do our last war. After the two tough losses that we had to Storm Factory and then One Hive Invicta, we were definitely feeling a little bit down, and then we ended up getting paired with another just extremely tough, excellent fair play war clan. It was a clan from Norway called Normannere. I think I'm pronouncing that right. And we saw this one, and we were a little bit worried at first. They had some content on YouTube. It looked like it was going to be a pretty good contest for us, but we were able to pull it out 8380, 91%, almost 92% total destruction to about 89.5. And I got to give it up to these guys. They were a really good test for us. Cool guys. We went over there after the war and talked to them a little bit. And excellent attackers. Like I said, a fair play clan, very active. So we'll go ahead and link their YouTube content down in the description. But really quick, so we'll go through and look. They 2-starred all our Town Hall 11s and 10s. And I will say we did have a slight advantage in the fact that our number 7, so our bottom Town Hall 10, did have Infernos, and then their number 7 was a 9.5 without Infernos. So we were able to get that 3'd. Definitely gave us a chance. But they struggled with a few of our Town Hall 9s, cleaned most of them, but left 1, 2, 3. So left 3 Town Hall 9s not cleared. And then on our side, we struggled with 1, weren't able to get that 2-starred, but got all the rest. Like I said, we got 7, which was a 9.5, and then we got all the Town Hall 9s. And another war where we got all the Town Hall 9s without any 10s having to drop, so always a plus for us. But let's get right into the attacks because there was quite a few to show. So the first one I want to take a look at was Randy on their number 2, their Town Hall 11. So, pretty beefy defense here. Not the best placement for the Eagle Artillery. Pretty exposed to the bottom. But Randy just drops a few minions down here. And, pretty common attack here, if you look at his army comp, is this Town Hall 11 Mass Witch with the Warden. Typically, if you've got a Grand Warden that's, 10 or higher, and you have max witches, you can go ahead and do this attack, and it's almost always going to be a high percent 2-star, sometimes a 3-star. So all the splash damage is pretty centralized at the bottom. But Randy just gets those 2 cannons for free with the minions. Comes in with the golems. Gets a nice spread here on his golems, a nice line of wizards for the funnel. And in the beginning, he opened up with the earthquake. When people do this attack now at Town Hall 11, you can either do 8 earthquakes, basically open up the entire base. Sometimes people just like the 4 earthquakes, and then they opt for more freezes. But as long as you create that funnel and as long as you open up most of that base, it's a pretty straightforward attack. So Warden stays behind. Now, he did pop the ability pretty early, and I think overall it's better to pop the ability early than later because with the Grand Warden's ability, the more troops that are around him, the more benefit you get out of it. Especially with the Eagle Artillery up, it was a good idea to pop that early. So just got a ton of skeletons going in towards the Town Hall. Freezes the 2 Infernos. Frankly, I think most of the time with if you have over 10 witches, it may be better to open it up with the double earthquake, the 8 earthquake spells, just because the witches tend to funnel a little bit better, and the multi-target Inferno doesn't tend to be that much of a problem. But already cleared out almost 60% of the base here. Still has quite a few witches. Still has his Archer Queen with full health, who hasn't even popped her ability. And the Warden gets targeted here, and it starts to slow down a little bit as he has a lot of this DPS back, and things are kind of getting stuck behind walls here, but pops the ability here in a second, and I think finishes with a 79% 2-star with only 3-4 defenses that could even target ground troops left. So actually was pretty close to a 3-star. But we needed this one late in the war. We had not been able to 2-star this base, and Randy came in and made it look easy. So awesome job, man. Okay, I am going to go ahead and look at number 7 here, which was their 9.5. And it was a Town Hall 10 that hit it, but it was a Town Hall 10 that hit it with, Town Hall 9 heroes basically, and this was a good 9-5. This was a 9-5 that had the 5th giant bomb, and I think mostly lava walls with again 30-31 heroes. But this was a first hit. Noticed that I could open up the first 2 layers there with an earthquake spell, so I wanted to do an Archer Queen charge. And oh, I'm sorry, there was a random, he had a cannon and an archer tower down in the corners at 3 and 6 o'clock. But Rage Spell comes down for the Archer Queen, and again, I'm just creating a funnel here with some wizards to be able to draw her inside. Pre-poison the Barbarian King because I didn't want to have to use a Rage Spell or pop the ability on him. I needed the ability for the Clan Castle. Got a little bit concerned here because the Archer Queen was targeting the Town Hall and not the Barbarian King, and then that Clan Castle was coming out as well. But I popped the ability, and the poison had done most of the damage to the balloons, so able to get that down. The idea at this point was to have the Archer Queen kind of take out all these defenses, and by doing so eliminate a lot of these potential double giant bomb sets that could be in here, could be here, could be here. So the Archer Queen is going to step up and take care of that. I did come in with shattered golems at the bottom. And basically this was the plan for the Archer Queen, is just 2 golems and a Barbarian King to clear out that entire bottom section. See some Teslas pop over there for the Archer Queen. And she got an Expo on her too, so I start to sprinkle in some hogs here. Not panic hogs, I had planned to drop them over there, but I actually saw her go down here and was a little bit concerned. Maybe I should have dropped those hogs a little bit sooner on that Expo, but then just come in with surgical deployment on the rest of the hogs. And I'm just paying attention to basically where the other potential giant bomb set could be, and I know it's got to be in between that Expo and air defense, or sweeper. And I saw something pre-trigger one of them. I think 1 hog snuck in there, so I just got the heal down for the main group. And then just clean up troops around the outside. And plenty of troops up, got a Golem, Barbarian King, some healers still up. So would have been much more overkill had the Archer Queen stayed up, and I think I could have deployed those hogs a little bit sooner. But was pretty pleased with how that attack went for a really high level 9.5. All right, so that one's just wrapping up. Excuse me. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at actually their number 1 Town Hall 9 that they had, which was number 8. And Slabo hit this one. So pause it really quick. Slabo was, this was an awesome attack. Basically the idea was to come in with the Archer Queen from 9 o'clock and do an Archer Queen charge. And he wanted to basically, have the Archer Queen come in this direction, basically take out all this junk, give her a little bit of a funnel, sprinkle in a minion or a wizard when you need to on the sides, but basically take out, all these defenses. And he wanted the Archer Queen to basically, he wall breaks in here, wanted the Archer Queen to step up in this area and basically take out the enemy Archer Queen, take out the Clan Castle, and then he was going to come in at the bottom section here with a Golem and some Valks, and basically what he wanted to do, and what he was able to do for the most part, is get the kill squad in here, and that gets him basically into 4 different compartments and gets him into all these different double giant bomb possibilities on the back end. And this was a pretty good base layout, so he knows that most likely the bombs are going to be on the back end away from the Archer Queen. So we'll take a look. What ended up happening is the Archer Queen doesn't funnel exactly how he wanted her to, but the reason I love this attack was just awesome recovery and excellent patience by Slabo. It's important, everyone has a really good plan sometimes, and then when your plan kind of goes to shit, it helps to be able to adapt on the fly and not panic. So gonna take a drink of beer here as his Archer Queen's doing his thing. So you see here, he knows that she's going to kind of step up into this pocket at 9 o'clock into that gap. Successfully opens the wall breakers and then has some archers that he's trying to create that funnel to break for the Archer Queen. Drops a rage spell for the Expo and the Clan Castle that comes out. I'm not sure he needed the rage spell there, as there was only 1 point defense. I think it was mostly for the Clan Castle. And, you know, for a Lava Hound, it makes sense to speed it up. But maybe could have held on to that. So the Lava Hound explodes. Just takes a few seconds to work on the pups. Just a quick tip, guys. When there's a Lava Hound that explodes, it always helps to have like a minion to drop behind it, just so that the minion targets the few pups that are hitting your healers. All right, so when it gets to this point, guys, the reason that his Archer Queen, even though he broke this wall successfully, doesn't step into this compartment is because she's a ranged troop, and so she's just going to target the closest building in her range. So in this case, for her to step in here, the next closest building would have to be this wizard tower, and the closest building ends up being this archer tower, and so it's going to actually pull her down. She's going to end up trying to shoot all these things that are in her range before she then steps up and tries to go in here. So again, his plan was to have her go in here and take out the archer queen, but does a good job kind of thinking on the fly. So she's just shooting random stuff now that's outside that compartment, but still in her range. And he knows, you know, there's only 2 minutes left, and he's got basically 80% of the base, so he's got to go. CB Golem. Basically no buildings down there to steer his Valks or BK away, so he just has to break one building to create the funnel. Perfect jump spell, guys. Threads the needle, gets him into the 4 compartments and into 2 different potential sets of giant bombs. The queen now is actually shooting through a wall, so those wall breakers up top really didn't give him anything at all. But good heal on the Valks and the Barbarian King. And again, they already cleared out 2 compartments, working into the 3rd. And he was able to, you know, deploy them because he knew that his troops were going to stay far enough from the Archer Queen that it wasn't going to be a problem. And as soon as his Archer Queen kills his clan castle, boom, now she's going to step up. Awesome job with the rage because he needed it. And at this point, even though his Valks and Barbarian King are dead, his Archer Queen is up, and basically all the pathing for the hogs is straight because half the base is gone. The hogs have to just naturally funnel down this way, which is going to keep them away from, you know, any type of traps, and both sets of double giant bombs have already been set off. So he's got the 1 heal, and he knows he needs it for that last section down at 7 o'clock for the 3-point defense in the wizard tower. And guys, I think this attack was like, he got it with 1 second left, or maybe like a second, like half a second. It was because of how quickly he dropped his cleanup wizards here. Basically, as soon as he dropped his hogs, cleanup wizards came immediately down. If he had dropped his cleanup wizards 2-3 seconds later, this would not have been a 3-star. So, great recovery. And a really nice attack by Slabo on a fresh hit to hit their #1 Town Hall 9. Alright, let's look at what was my favorite attack of the war, which was RC on number 13. RC had a 6-star war. Okay, this attack is amazing. It's an Archer Queen charge with a GoHo, I believe. And basically the idea is to get the Archer Queen inside here. And once she's inside this compartment, the value that she gets is huge. She gets, you know, all the defenses, obviously, and she will get the clan castle. But look at where all the potential double giant bomb sets are. They're here, they're here, and they're here. The Archer Queen can basically eliminate 3 of the 4 double giant bomb sets. So she comes down with the healers, does a really good job breaking the funnel on both sides with minions. And guys, this is really the new kind of meta at Town Hall 9. On good bases, this is how you should be hitting probably like 70 to 80% of them. Archer Queen charge inside the base. Let her take out, you know, all the defenses that she gains access to, the clan castle. But the most important part is, even though they want to separate the Archer Queen, the enemy Archer Queen, from the backside traps and defenses, if you put your Archer Queen inside the base in the back end, she eliminates them all by herself. So you can see, excellent funnel. There's literally no buildings outside to draw her back. Rage just to get through the Lava Hound a little bit quicker, and there was also a 3-point defense targeting her. He tried to sneak a 1-for-1 hog up there at like 11 o'clock, but there was an archer tower in range, so it doesn't quite get it. And then already starts in with his golem down here at 7:30. Wizards just to break the funnel. And again, the Archer Queen is on autopilot now. He knows he doesn't even have to really do anything. He still has her ability, but there's just not enough point defense up there for her to be in danger. Barbarian King comes in, takes out the enemy Archer Queen. Sneaks in a few hogs down there just to support. You see the Tesla farm pop, which is always pretty dangerous, so he knows now that's where the heal has to go. But just no risk of giant bombs at all for his hogs because of the way his Archer Queen was deployed and basically the 40 to 50% of the base that she took out. Drops the heal for that Tesla farm, obviously. Cleanup troops already down. And then, oh man, the swag, the confidence here. He's got 2 spells in the bag, guys. A rage spell and a swag poison that are going to come down. Got plenty of cleanup troops left. RC, man, this was one of the coolest attacks I've ever seen you do, bro. I'm gonna buy RC a beer next time I see him, and by next time I mean I'll never see him, so he's probably never gonna get it, but really nice job, man. Alright, I think we got time for one more. What do we got? Yeah, we got time. We got time, guys. We're on my time. I know most people just fast forward anyways to the end, so. Alright, we're gonna look at SolidSnake on 19. Okay, so this is one of those bases that has the empty spot in it with the offset clan castle. So the clan castle was extremely cheap. I think, you know, 1 hog or whatever, maybe a few archers could have got it, but double poison just to take it out. The idea here went a little bit wrong. I wanted to do an Archer Queen walk and have the Archer Queen go from like 3 o'clock down to 6. And as we'll see, she kind of rerouted up top, so it wasn't ideal for what I wanted. But these bases are becoming increasingly popular, these empty spot bases. And just free funnel creation over here for me with some minions. But yeah, again, I was trying to push the Archer Queen down, and she's about to reroute and go up top. When you see these bases, though, the one thing that they're really good for, sometimes they can be hard on first attacks, but it's incredibly easy to control the pathing of troops. And things like Valks, which are typically, you know, really hard to control, are extremely easy to control because you can just shoot them basically in one, and then just they're going to stay up that lane the entire time. So I did drop 1 golem. My Archer Queen kind of reroutes here. 1 golem, Barbarian King, and then I think 6 Valks come down. And they're just going to take out that enemy Archer Queen and some point defense. Got another jump to let them a little bit further down. Basically, the idea of these bases when they were first created, these empty spot bases, were to be anti-air bases. In particular, they were supposed to be anti-max attack bases. And I'll explain in a second. But I had to deploy all my hogs down here at 6, which wasn't the original plan. And I've only got the 1 heal for them because I needed the heal for the Valks. You know, I was looking at my Valks and Barbarian King were in great shape. They were almost full health. But I needed these hogs and the heal for this Tesla farm over at 3 o'clock. So drop the heal for the farm. And then basically that kill squad and Valks with the 2 jumps and the 1 heal cleared out, you know, 3 different compartments all by themselves. Clean up troops down. But yeah, the idea basically of these bases, guys, was because there's nothing in the middle. Oh, sorry. Because there's no buildings in the middle, in particular no defenses. Like loon pathing basically just pushes you around the ring. So there's nothing, you can't get that action of cutting loons across the middle, but maybe we'll do a video on that. They seem to be relatively easy to exploit on clean attacks now, but anyways, again, shout out to Normannere. Thank you guys for a fantastic war. We're hoping to do it again soon. Awesome job to everybody at Predominance. excellent response to the 2 really tough wars that we had. And hopefully this is the direction that we're going for in the future, which is we're looking for tough wars, we're looking for fair play wars, and we're looking to step up and bring our A game. So good job to everybody on both sides, and we'll see you next time. Raeden signing out.